So anyway, that was fun. Okay, so let's talk about this, because something's fouled up down transmission wise, and I've got some big notes about looking into the modulator and all that, so I'm going to do that. But see, there's a big red stain. It's not too terrible, but it's going to have to be fixed. It's going to have to be zero stain. So I got some more of this. Not a sponsor. You didn't see who it was anyway. Let's see what else is something here. I'm going to try this stuff. I usually buy it in the caulking tubes, but we don't have any of that. And since I just put a new filter in it, all I did was get the gasket. So turbo hydromatic. Doesn't cover 400s though. Yeah, it's a little different design. Okay, but I'm gonna mess with the space modulator. I'm gonna leave this out here because I'm gonna pull that pan off. Now I'm gonna have to. Let's see, what time is it now? It's 11. So we are going to let this drain for hours, a long time again. And I don't know. I'm gonna see what the fluid looks like before I might reuse it, because it's not. I know it blended with the other 8 quarts, but you don't want to change too much fluid at a time. So I've been cleaning on this thing, trying to see what I'm going to do about saving the fluid. And I think I about got that cleaned up between brake clean and the can, and great, what is the Zep, and right there, and Dawn right there. Hey, I might put a little hand cleaner and get a little pumice action going in there and getting this thing. You know, it might not be a good idea because there might be some residual, and then it get in the transmission. Okay, let's take it off again. But there's other things I want to look at. I'm going to take that valve out, give you a prelude here, other than what I write in the description. I'm going to pull that valve out and see if the spring's behind it, and I'm going to see if the modulator has the screw in it that people talk about. So we're going to check all that stuff out too. But first, we're going to let it drain for about 2 or 3 hours. I wasn't going to show this, but you see that keyway right there? That's what goes on the shifter, and I beat on it to try to fatten it up, but it ain't going to work. So we're going to do a little bit of the old welding up here. This should only take a couple of little beads. So let's do it. Okay. I hate it when it does that. Okay, now don't go too far, because don't do too much, because there's every opportunity you'll do too much. I wasn't going to go into any of this, but now I feel like I should. I've been doing some welding. Let me change hands here. I've been doing welding on this thing, and you can sort of see where I've kind of been messing and grinding and filing. And now that thing goes on there. It actually makes a clicking noise. It's so good and tight. So that's about all I can ask for. Got a little bit of play in it, but that's okay. Play is okay. So I think that's just going to help the whole world. Just about, what, 5 seconds of welding or less, and that changed the whole perspective on that thing. Okay, well, I'm letting it drip. Hopefully I can get the pan back on it soon. I do want to pull that modulator off and get to that valve up in there, though. There's where the red stripe is. It's in the middle. Okay. After some working and doing, I got her working pretty nicely now, and she's just real good and tight. Okay, let's not mess with that anymore. Let that settle into park. Okay, and I'm going to eventually pull off that modulator. Okay, that's just so much better. And I put a little green O-ring back behind it too, just to kind of cut down on any kind of flow or leak, and maybe just give it a little bit of a cushion. That's just 10 times better. Okay. Okay, so I got this little funky thing off here and it goes on this way. Put it on backwards, this thing will leak. So let's see what's in here. I might need to get some hemostats or something. Well, there's the O-ring. Got to be real mindful here about the dirt factor. Okay. I don't feel anything, but there's crispy crunchy critters. What's that from? The Dalmatian movie, crispy crunchy critters. All right, so look at that mess there. So let's see if this is the kind. Let me get out of here. Stand up straight. I don't think this is the kind that has the. Well, actually, it does have the little screwdriver thing down in there. See? No, but it's there. So I'm gonna, and I don't know if, let me get the valve out. And let's just put it all right here in a second. Hang on. Okay, so we got hemostats here. So I'm up in here now. And there comes some more oil. Let it go, I don't care anymore. I got enough of it. Now let's not drop this thing. Okay. So there it is. Okay. And let's see if that spring is up in there. No, I was told it probably wouldn't have a spring in there, and it doesn't seem to. So let's get back out here. Okay, I try so hard not to make everybody dizzy, but it just happens. Okay, so there's that valve, and there are some passageways that I think are clogged. I think that dirt is, I might go put that in the ultrasonic or something. I forgot I had all this good stuff here, so we're just going to use this. So there's what it looks like now. That's sufficient. Yeah, I'd say some crud came out of that sucker. Ooh. Be sure and keep your safety squints on. The crows will talk, won't they? The crows will talk. Okay. All right. Let's put this back in here now. Get out of here, horsefly. Go and get. Not a horse. Okay, well, I think that's going to be good. Let's see if I can. I'm going to give this thing one turn in. Like they say 2 turns, I'm going to do 1 turn on that thing right there. Okay, I gave her 1 turn in. I don't see any reason in getting all misty-eyed about this. I'm not going to worry about that. Well, yeah, I am. I know why, because that's just what I do. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Get that out of there. I don't think it makes that much difference. Okay. Well, I got to get an O-ring. There's the old O-ring here. And here's my kit here. Alright, so selection here is going to be important. I think that's a little too small around. I'll get it. Just get an O-ring put in there. You know what I mean. Okay. Clean dry cut nozzle, 16th speed, surface. Be careful around bolt holes, surrounding, finger tight. Let dry for an hour and then torque to spec. Allow 24 hours to cure before filling fluids return to surface. You got it, baby. You're the one. That means I get to go in and get out of the heat. Okay, so I cleaned all this off with brake clean. So I don't think there's anything in there. Let me turn it upside down and we'll glue this to that and then that to that, and then we're gonna tighten it up and we're gonna go in. And it'll quit dripping on the floor. That's at least something. Okay, I put it on both sides. I don't care, I'm just tired of the leaking. O-ring fit real well on the modulator, and so I'm real happy about everything. And so here's the trick that we all know and love. You take that off and you throw it over there, and you get your old Vaseline. And let me tell you, that's some old Vaseline there. And you pack your cap right there, and then you'll have that for next time. See how easily that works? Come on, get in there, you go. And just wipe it around like that, and then there you go. So there you go. It goes to all the other piles by, and I probably had enough, you know, to do it with the other stuff, but I just wanted fresh stuff. In some circumstances, it's a little different than others. So I need both hands to put this up, and we'll start capturing those drops. I can't wait. Okay, I've got it cinched up there firmly, and it's about 1 o'clock, I guess. Something to 1, don't matter. So she's just barely tight and just squishing out a little bit of the good stuff there. So we'll come back down here in the morning and I'll finish up, but I can go ahead and filter out my fluid and see if it's going to be okay. Shoo. I just got a little list here. I'm going to keep going today. Turn signal on the dash, oil pressure gauge is leaking, training we know about, adjust the shifter, that'll happen there. CornHead grease, adjust the steering wheel, cab light. Well, I might use smoke to try that. Look for an oil leak. I'm going to tighten the headers, you know, stuff like that. You know, just little things I want to get done. So what we got here, I'll show you. See, did all this dash stuff, and the turn signal. Is that whole thing's? Oh yes, busted. See, it's supposed to be flashing right here, and it ain't flashing right there. So let's make it flash right there. See what's wrong. That's an LED light, so it shouldn't burn out. But this is dripping oil on my sock. Any of us with old British cars know exactly what that is. But this ain't British, but it's just leaking. It's got a bad ferrule or olive in it, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's take a look here and see what we got. I don't know. Could be an earthing problem. I don't know. I got 2 wires going to it. Well, yeah, I just got that thing mounted in there good and it went out. Maybe see if messing with it did anything. I doubt it. There's using your feet. Nah, I'll fix it. I'll have to put another bulb in. Let me check this circuit. I think all it is it just came unplugged, so let's give it a shot. And I gotta, in order to take this side out to get this, I have to disconnect the speedometer, so it's always something. Is that all it was? Guess that's all it was. This is too hard to see for me. It's just whatever. I gotta align this wheel. I'll show you how I do that. Let's see, it's going this way too much, so what I like to do is, I'm into another thing. I hadn't started anything yet, so the wheels are going this way a little bit too much. So I'm going to bring it back this way. We'll be under the truck here in a minute. Let me put this back together. Once I get that oil thing, I got to fix that oil thing. I'll tell you something I've learned. I usually don't have such fancy stuff, but if you've got these lights and you just kind of get it around some of the screws you're working with and then you can't find them, they're stuck to your flashlight. Your torch. Okay, I got the speedometer. Had to get a new battery for this boy right here. Okay, Okay, so this is the copper lines. I saw somebody the other day. Oh, oop. Kind of a mess in there. You didn't see there's a speedometer hook up there. So this is our issue here. So this is where I generally like to do this. So I think it's 3/8 and 7/16, but I don't know. So I am big. Yeah, you can see the oil coming out of the back of it right there. It's wet. So let's see. 3/8 and I think that's 7/16. Let's see how close we get. 9/16. Oh, 9/16. Dadgummit. And boy, you got to back these things up. I think that's the only one I didn't bring. Oh, half? What? Come on. Quit messing with me here. All right. Yeah, it's half. I don't think I brought a half either. That's all right. I'll go get one. I didn't think it was that big. And there's my little olive or ferrule, whatever you want to call it. Well, that's a funky looking devil there. It's not what I was expecting. I don't think I got anything like that. Let's see if I've got anything. I wonder why that's leaking. You never can tell. So I got my little Ridgid cutter here, so I'm gonna cut that off. And I don't know why it's that funky conical thing. It doesn't look like. I don't know. What are you gonna do here? What do you think about it? Well, that little mini one wouldn't close up enough. I had to get my big Linux out and cut it. So there's what we got here. I think I'm going to try this one. Let's just see what it. I need both hands here. Okay, I think that. Let's see what that feels like in the nut back there. All right, well, let's try her. Okay, no big deal. Well, that felt pretty good. Click. So I think that's better. All right. Not to worry about anything rusting much in there, huh? All right, let's put all this back together. I can't start it up right now because I've got the oil pan. I can't do anything with the oil pan till tomorrow. So, but anyway, I think it's going to be fine. We'll find out. At least I can check this. That's something I can check anyhow. Okay, we're all back together here. So, it's good enough for me. It ain't centralized, but I don't care. At least it ain't falling through the dash. And let's see if my lights work. Yeah, okay, everything else is working. Okay. Okay, here, magnetic click. Okay, air conditioner, everything's working. I'm not gonna do the wipers. Okay. So, okay, I thought I was gonna have to replace that bulb. I'm glad I didn't. I'll just clean up and get under the truck and take. So, okay. This way, so I gotta go that way. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a win, and that as a win, and now we're gonna go CornHead grease. I just keep thinking about that. Ooh, let's tighten up the rhythm of the rain. I got my ultraviolet and I found that it looks like my oil cap is leaking. It's not really. I put valve cover gaskets on it not long ago, so when I took this off, I found that it had this O-ring on it. I'm sure I did it, but I don't think that's adequate. See? Okay, but I did find this in my little stash of stuff. So let's see if that does better. It doesn't even leave a stain. But the old starter was soaked, and I just wanted to find out what it was. So I've already got the streamlight under the car. So I tightened up the manifolds, exhaust manifolds. Well, I think that's okay. Yeah. And it's sure covers a lot more surface area. All right, I'm gonna try to do, maybe I could bend them wings in a little bit. What do you reckon? Yeah, they look a little winged. So let's go and give them a little gentle tap. Okay. Okay, enough light. So I got the wings knocked in a little bit. Just to kind of give it a little, yeah, that's better. Okay, that's better. Okay, I feel a lot better about that. Okay, so battery's unscrewed. Okay, and we're gonna take her up and we're gonna work on steering now. And see, what have I got? I got steering, and I'm gonna check those rear manifolds. Bolts. God, it gets super hot in here when you gotta close these doors. I had to do that to see the ultraviolet light. Alright, I'm in the mood to do. So let's get this off of here. It wasn't too hard. It's just grease, it's not dirt. It looks like dirt. So we're going to just pour some grease down in there. I got some real thick oil, and it'll be on the floor in the morning, and that's okay. At least I tried. At least got some oil in it. I was going to try to make some CornHead grease out of grease and oil, but let's forget it. I got this, what? I got this real thick stuff. Thought I had some real thick stuff. Well, got some somewhere. You know what? This might be a good answer, Lucas. All right, I think I got something better. So I did get some Lucas, and I got this 85 140, and I brewed me a little stew there. Let's go just stick that in there and see how it goes. It makes it a little thicker anyway, and it should stay on there a little bit. And I just did this box so it's nice and clean. Oh, okay, so you just go in there like that, and we'll just let that rest right there. Okay, well, that'll help make me feel a little better anyway. Matter of fact, I'm just going to take her on up with that just like that. That way it might drip on my head. Buddy low, and hit that green subscribe button. Buddy must win. You are the reason. Now be sure when you get your lift pump motors that it's no fan cooled or DRIPPFOOF. Okay, DRIPPFOOF. You gotta watch out for that now, okay? You might want to ask yourself a question here. Do you want to go in on this? I think the answer is yes. I'm going to try anyway. So I got the oil that creeps right here. You can't do the other thing with it because it's not brake clean. Oh, got kind of a loud turn. Some songs, you know, Pandora, hey, I got news for you. There's software out there that stabilizes music volume. You know that? Been out a long time. Okay, so those are 11/16, and they crack loose. Probably good to come in here and crack these loose. I need both hands. Listen for the cracking noise. Hopefully it won't be my wrist. And well, I don't know. I might have to get a bigger boat here. The other one cracked off pretty good. Let me go get a breaker bar. Okay, breaker bar employed. Let's see if I got it at a good angle here. Nope, I don't. So sometimes if you just flip it over, you'll end up in a better spot. Nope, that ain't the case. Okay, you got 4 sides on one side and 6 on the other, so mathematically you're going to get in a good spot here sooner or later. So I say. We're going in one way or another. I need to get out there. Okay, just trust me on this thing. Okay, I keep saying that, but I can smell that rust getting eaten up there. That's good. Oh, I could get my impact. Right, let's do that. Act like somebody here. Okay, so I got noise abatement and my Bosch impact done. So, okay, let's make sure there's no spiders in the headset here. Okay, that stuff stinks. Okay, don't need that. Alright, let's hope she'll pop off here. Oh, it's spinning on the back. Oh, you no good, Nick. The other one didn't do that. I wonder if that's 11/16 too. Alright, yep, it is. Well, more or less. What size is that? I thought it was supposed to lock in somehow or something. Go. Almost had. Ooh, boy. I ain't liking that. That's tight. Tighter than a 10-cent top. Oh, there's that screwdriver. Oh, it's supposed to be there. Yeah, there you go. Alright, well, let's see if we can spin this thing now. So I want this to go that way. So that'll go this way. So I'm going to keep looking at that thread right there. I'll tell you how it goes in a minute. I had to get out the big gun here. The big boy. Saves a lot of work, but you're tired just holding the thing up. So I got a little bit of a twist on this. So we'll hope that did good enough, and I'm sure it did, because that's all I'm going to do. So what else have I got? Anything else under here? Tomorrow, yeah, but look at this thing just constantly weeps. And alright, we don't do any blue-eyed soul down here in the shop or up at the house. Okay, so I feel good about all of that. Let's go put the plug back in the steering thing, okay? Okay. Well, I'm tracking this all over the... Let's see if it runneth over. Didn't seem to. I think that's enough though. There's no reason in going real big into this. Good night here. So, well, this is a lot of little stuff I'm getting done. I'm happy about it. Okay. Alright, don't have to go gangbusters on this. Just get it firm. You don't need to do a print on it. If you get grease all over your shoes, don't get too big about standing on that thing. Okay, so I'm going to throw this in the back because it's, well, just stand it up in there. Okay, can't do that till tomorrow. I did CornHead grease. I adjusted the wheel. I'm not too concerned about that, but I'm keeping it on the list. Oil leak, I think it's fixed. Tighten headers. Once I get the transmission to stop leaking, it'll be easier to see oil and all that other stuff. So I got plexiglass windows, gray paint, glass block. I did that, okay. And there's all Bonbon stuff, 64 Bonneville TR4 stuff, and all the fuses and stuff, and all that other stuff. So I did the Turbo Hydromatic 350, and a bracket. Let's see, that's a 400. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. Not it for the video, because we're gonna do a test drive on her. Maybe a couple of days, but it won't matter to anybody but me. So okay, well, it was a pretty big day. I got to go in. I'm just dehydrated as heck. And I tell you how I know. My hands are pretty steady, but usually when I get real dehydrated, I shake. You know, like I guess most people do. And there's another way to tell, but I think you know what that is. As you can see, I'm editing all of this stuff, and I had no idea I was at 30 minutes. We're going to cut this one off, and we're going to start it in a day or two. Like I said, I'm contracted to do some work tomorrow in 3 different places. So it might be Friday, it might be Saturday after Bugs Bunny cartoons. and before I get back. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and post this one now. It's gotten entirely too long. I'm going to try to do some judicious editing, and we will speak to you in a couple of days. Thanks so much for all the support and subscriptions. It means a ton to me, especially since I lost like 3,000. So if you can find it in your heart to get you and your kids and your cousins, and maybe we can talk to those aliens you're talking about. Aliens could learn a lot from me, right? Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.